Alright, we're rolling, we're good. Hey guys, what is up? My name's Jay. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is going to be my first video. Going to break down my first bodybuilding competition, talk about the whole experience, how it was for me, what goes into a bodybuilding prep, and the competition that I've done. So let's get into it. Start off with, we're going to talk about the show that I competed in. So I competed in summer shredding, and if you don't know what this is, it's a bodybuilding competition that's been created by a fitness influencer called Christian Guzman, and he is someone that I definitely looked up to when I first got into weightlifting, into the gym, and I done one of his online competitions in 2019. I'd done that, treated it like a bodybuilding comp. Every summer he used to do a bodybuilding show and he would document it on YouTube. He got to the point where he's grown so much, he owns like clothing brands, a gym, and he decided to start up his own bodybuilding competition. Decided, hey, I want to do a bodybuilding show for real. And I kind of wanted to make Summer Shredding the first show that I've done. In terms of the show itself, it runs for like a whole weekend. Thursday was like your check-in day, so your first athlete check-in day and an athlete meeting at Alpha Land. Get your, for me mentally, get your height taken, which will then determine what class you go in. And then I think I got my first tan there. A bunch of people work out, I didn't bother. And then also you have your athlete meeting with Christian. And he just basically goes over the whole weekend, like what's going to happen on show day. Just thanks everyone for being there. Friday is obviously show day. There's two shows, there's a morning show and an afternoon show, and they both have split between men's and women's on both. I was in the evening show for men's physique or afternoon show. So my whole day on show day was kind of rough. I just remember like not really sleeping much, around like 5:30 maybe. Like I literally got maybe 2 hours sleep. I wouldn't even say I was nervous, but just thinking about, you know, everything leading up to that point. And also your body is just completely like shut down as well. So very tired, very like low on energy. I like napped throughout the day. It was mainly just eating small amounts of food throughout the day just to, you know, be ready for that pump pre-show. So I think I got like another top up on show day for my tan. I got makeup done as well. Yeah, you obviously find out your class, you go into like a back room, obviously you can go and watch the morning show. Men's physique was like the last category, so I watched some of like I think it was women's wellness maybe, men's transformation class. That was two shows that were in the evening, I'm pretty sure. So you get a chance to watch other classes on stage, which is pretty cool because you soak up some of the atmosphere and environment before you actually go on stage. Leading up to that then, it was basically just slowly eating my food, trying to get a good pump beforehand, so they have a bunch of weights and resistance bands and everything before you go on stage. They'll line you up before you go behind stage, then call you through like in number order. I was sort of like in this meditative state of like, this is it, this is everything you've put all your hard work into. And there's this sense of like, almost like an out-of-body experience. It's very hard to describe, but I just remember being in a very meditative state, like in that line. And like my friend that came with me at the time, he's taking pictures and stuff. I just remember like kind of having my eyes closed, just, I don't know, just being very present in that moment and do what you've been training for the past 16, 18, 20 weeks. And obviously going on stage and doing your pose and everything. The lights did blind me as soon as I went onto the stage though, middle stage.
12, Jay. Let's go! Come on!
Very cool experience, and one that I definitely want to do again. It just takes a while to put on muscle, put on size, especially when you're natural. So doing it year on year is not really the best thing to do. I spoke to like one of my old coaches beforehand, and he said the best thing to do is take at least 18 months off before going again, and I've taken that on. And I probably won't compete again for like another 2 years. So, but yeah, it was an amazing experience. And again, that was show day. And then Saturday, there was just a meet and greet at Alpha Land. So this is what I was saying, like a bunch of people, like loads of people. The gym was like absolutely packed. Every gym, gym 1, gym 2, gym 3, tons of people there. People just come to Alpha Land for that weekend, whether they're competing or not, just to be in the environment, which is very cool. And a lot of like-minded people obviously, and everyone's there for fitness in the gym. So Sunday there was like an after party if you're still around at a nightclub or day club in Houston. So I was actually going to compete in 2021. Obviously COVID was still around and I couldn't do it in the end. I did have a coach for that prep. For the show that I'd done, I coached myself. I took on some of the stuff that my coach taught me over those 6 months I was with him in 2021. To say like prior prep the year before did help to set me up. And that leads into my first point, a prep begins before prep. So the whole basis would be you kind of choose your show, whichever one you want to do. And obviously you're going to want one that's around at least 16, 18, 20, maybe even 24 weeks out, to give you enough time to bring your best package. Prep happens before your prep. You need to be in good condition so that prep isn't so hard. And you want to be on high calories, so you do still have food to eat by the time you're, a couple weeks out and fully depleted. Obviously the higher calories the better in that case, and you don't want to be obviously carrying too much body fat because it's just going to make that prep just that little bit harder and for no reason. So in terms of training, does anything change? No. But I would say for the most part, you still want to be trying to get stronger, trying to put on muscle. Even though you're in a deficit, it's still possible. Training, your reps, anything like that doesn't really change. Now it will change closer to show, just purely because your body's getting drier, there's less fluid in you. Your body's depleted as well, so you can't take on as much volume, it's under a lot of stress. So you might tone back on your volume and intensity towards the end. Additional will be cardio. So for myself, I was actually commuting to work for an hour a day. So I was eventually doing that 5 days a week until almost like, I think, 3 weeks out. The best metric would be to do it on a cardio machine so you can measure how many calories you're burning, or time, duration, which I guess for me I had because my commute was always going to be like half hour to work, half hour back. So, but by the end of it, it's like being in central London, cycling, busy roads is not the best place to do your cardio when you are very like brain fogged and extremely fatigued. So the last, I think, 3 weeks I decided to change it up, go into the gym, do it on a treadmill. Your cardio will go up like almost every day. By the end I was at every day, almost over an hour of cardio as well every day. So it's a lot of stress on the body, and that is why you do low steady state, because if you're doing HIIT cardio, it's a lot of extra stress on your body. Food wise, cooking a lot. Like I was cooking every day, of course, prepping meals every day, even prepping on the weekends, and that means sacrificing like other time elsewhere. So I was sharing at the time with housemates, and that meant whilst they were being social with each other, like chilling, watching TV or playing Xbox, or maybe even going out for dinner sometimes, I was in the kitchen cooking my meals instead. That's the reality of what it takes, and it means that you need to say no to some things. I like to know what I'm eating and track everything. You say no to going out, eating out. Again, people looking inside would say sacrifices, but at the end of the day, it's a choice to do this, and I don't see anything as a sacrifice, because without doing those things, you're not going to be stepping on stage in the best condition you can. Posing's a huge one, and it takes a lot of time, especially if you're a newbie. Like, looking back at it now, my first lot of posing was, again, I can say terrible, it was. So it takes a lot of practice. Just because you have a good physique and you're in good condition, if you don't present that well on stage, you could have someone that maybe might not be as big as you, might not be as shredded as you, but because they present their physique better than you, they look better on stage, when theoretically they're not. So your posing plays a big part. You need to practice your posing. You know, I was doing it every day towards the end of prep, like at least 6 weeks out, 8 weeks out, I was doing it every day, even if it was just 20 minutes, half an hour. And you need to get used to holding poses. You know, I was filming a lot of stuff so I could look back on it and see what I needed to change, what looked good, what didn't, my transitions were like. And then you also need to practice not posing in front of like a mirror, because on stage there's nothing for you to look into. So you need to be comfortable and almost flow into, okay, I know what this pose looks like without looking at myself. You know, I know it looks good in this position, I hold it here, it becomes sort of like muscle memory. That's the sort of point you need to get to with your posing as well. So that was the feedback I had in terms of judges. Like, my stage presence was good and my posing was good. I just needed to bring a bigger overall package. So I think to make your prep as good as possible, you need to just talk to those people that are going to be around you a lot. Let them understand, like, you're going to be saying no to a lot of things. Are there any like social gatherings, important social gatherings, birthdays that you're going to want to go to? I think hunger is another thing. Obviously, you're going to go through hunger, you're going to go through tired, cost as well. So I think that's something that a lot of people don't think about. I honestly believe like bodybuilding itself is a privilege, it's a choice to do. Obviously for me, traveling to like another country was a big cost. For my flights, I had to pay for obviously hotel accommodation to stay at, your stage, whatever you're wearing on stage. For me, it was board shorts. Makeup, like I said, I had done. Your tan, you have to pay for your tan. You have to pay for an entry fee to actually do the competition. Also, if you want any pictures, videos, that was a part of a package that you could buy as well, which I got. I highly recommend doing that because it was my first show. It was, like I said, a great experience, and I wanted to have some good pictures and memories to look back on with it. The final thing that I will want to take away from this will be your post-show, which is just as important as the previous 4, 5, 6 months it took you to step on stage. I've gone through bad rebounds from diets before, where I've undone all my hard work in literally like a week. Rebuild post-show like in the healthiest possible way, in terms of my mental health, my gut health, and obviously physical health as well, and how I look. It was a very big aspect for me this time round. Compared to when I done that online competition, I had an extremely bad rebound. This show, don't think the work's done. You still have work to do after it as well. You have to slowly come out of your calories, slowly taper off your cardio. Obviously it's good to take a break, I think, from training post-show as well, because your body's been bad and gone through a lot. So I don't think taking a week or two off of training is the end of the world. It takes a long time, still like at least 8 weeks for your body to, I would say, for your body to get back to normal and feeling normal as well. So just because you stepped on stage and done all that hard work to get there, don't think the hard work is finished. Okay, I'm going to wrap up this video here. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Any support and love that's shown is highly appreciated. So if you could like, subscribe to the channel, even share, highly appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video.